And at the top of our headlines this week, Tarspot has officially been confirmed in Nebraska for the very first time. When Iowa State confirmed the disease in every county on the western end of their state last year, extension experts knew it was only a matter of time before producers in the Cornhusker State would have to face this particular pathogen. Now, Tarspot has been confirmed in several Nebraska counties. This probably won't have much impact on crops this year as we're nearing the end of our harvest season. However, Nebraska Extension plant pathologist Tamra Jackson-Ziems notes that producers should take notice and be vigilant of this potential threat.
That's not a big surprise, right? Because we've known that disease was in western Iowa since 2019. It just hasn't been active since that time because of the dry conditions. But now that we've had more showers, there's been more disease development, and it has crept across the Missouri River and made its way into Nebraska and 2 or 3 counties deep. And so if people want to look at the distribution, at least at what it is to that date, they can check out the website, Corn IPM Pipe Tar Spot. It's related to the Southern Rust website, so they're using the same system to see where this disease has been confirmed.
When it comes to future prevention, one of the best things you can do to be proactive at this point in the season is to scout any field still standing for the disease. However, there are a few key things you should pay particularly close attention to while scouting for tar spot.
I want to make sure too, if they're out in the field, they can also look for tar spot in their own fields. And so what they're going to be looking for are black dots on the leaves. But this is really hard to find right now in most places because there's such a low incidence of it. And so just know that you can't rub these spots off. You can scrape at them with your fingernail, but they don't rub off like insects, insect frass, but they can look a lot like those black Telia and Telia spores that we see with southern rust. So that's probably the most common thing that people are going to confuse it with. And so be prepared to see more of that this year.
While this disease probably won't have much impact on overall yields this year, it's important to remain vigilant of this potential problem as this particular pathogen does tend to overwinter in the fields. Making an early diagnosis could save you some headaches when planning things out for the next spring planting date.
The bad news is that although we don't expect it to impact our corn and yield this year, it will overwinter here. And so next year or in the years after that, when weather conditions are favorable, usually cool, wet conditions, they're going to probably see this disease again. And we're going to need to watch it more closely to help people determine if they need to take management actions. And that could be hybrid selection, it can be crop rotation, or making one or more fungicide applications as needed. And we're still learning about the timing of those applications relative to when disease develops.